Welcome to Saturated, short and sweet infusions of elixir for your body, heart, mind, and soul to support you in becoming more deliciously filled with the nectar of your own essence for more everyday bliss. Because feeling more fully alive and deeply satiated is not a circumstance. It's a choice. I'm Salona Carlisle, and I'm so delighted you're here and that I get to show you how to find this new way of being in your body and your life. Permission to desire is something I believe we could all use lots more of. Which is why I'm going to start with some really powerful prompts to get the juices flowing for you. If you knew that circumstances don't matter when it comes to determining what you get to have and experience, and that your past does not dictate what is possible for you or not, unless you let it. What would you allow yourself to desire? What would you allow yourself to dream into that you gave up on long ago? What would you allow yourself to believe that you've been afraid to? What would you allow yourself to let go of? What would you allow yourself to choose? And what would you allow yourself to experience more of, starting right now, that you've been pushing away, cutting yourself off from, shutting down, or depriving yourself? I'm not gonna lie, there will be times when it feels as though what you want is really far away. And it will feel so true, so real, and maybe even hopeless. And yet, the invitation and the work is always going to be, can you stand so fully in the ache of your longing and the devotion to your desire without shutting down or collapsing or shrinking it? Because you trust so much that this or something even more aligned is coming and possible for you too. And not just for all the others you're seeing out there have it before you. Yes, it's vulnerable to keep believing in what you cannot see. There's no question about that. It takes great, great courage and sometimes a radical faith in something greater than you have ever experienced before, that you don't have evidence of yet. It's incredibly brave to stay loyal to your desire when your mind is trying to convince you that it makes more sense to doubt. To doubt and therefore prepare for disappointment ahead of time. But ultimately, this is such an act of radical self-love and even rebellion against what may seem and appear to be lack and limitation. It takes an ever-deepening trust to know that if the desire was born in your heart, then the possibility to match it must exist. And to keep seeing beyond the circumstances before you and reminding yourself that the only way it can come to you is if you can choose to stay open a little more and a little more and a little more each time you have that impulse to close, to turn away, to give up. Because letting yourself open to, clarify, and begin to simply feel into your desires for the sheer pleasure of it is the first step to allowing yourself to have them and to be deeply nourished by them before they even arrive. Which is why you must be willing to feel your deepest yearning, your deepest longing, your deepest hunger, all the way into the intensity of the ache, in order to be guided to the deepest source of its nourishment. The nourishment that actually satiates. The one that actually opens and softens you enough to recognize and receive it. It's often going to mean feeling more than you want to. It's often going to ask you to expand beyond your current edge of tolerance to be with that much intensity. In the face of its seeming absence. But it's through that expansion and intensity that you touch a quality of aliveness that you were previously seeking through someone or something outside of you. And when you listen with your whole body, your desires are always beckoning you directly into their fulfillment. The fulfillment that is always and already available for you to access right here, where you are, hidden in plain sight. And the reason this is so vital and essential to remember and keep coming back to is that until you find here what you're hoping to find there, you won't be able to find it anywhere. In other words, what you can't find here, you won't be able to feel there. And so beginning to find it and feel it where you are is the gateway to receiving it, both now and later, both here and there. Thank you so much for listening. If you'd like to learn more and receive my free ecstatic feminine embodiment meditation, go to salonacarlisle.com. I offer a variety of ways into this work, So if you know you want to dive deeper into living more everyday bliss and becoming that woman who is wildly devoted to living her desired life now instead of later, you can also request a free consult at salonacarlisle.com/discover. And together we can find the perfect way into this work for you.